Video part 1. I had to uninstall GPU Tweak and Armory Crate to reproduce this error. Upon reinstalling Armory Crate, I went to Fan Expert 4, and let me demonstrate here. If I go down here where it says CPU, click, I can also choose GPU temperature. Now, so on all of these, you can see GPU temperature. So what I had my system set up to do is on chassis fan 2, I want those connected to GPU temperature, apply. And chassis fan 3, which is my bottom case fans, I want those set to GPU temperature, not CPU, apply. So you have the chassis fan 1 connected to CPU, and I can show you that. Chassis fan 2 connected to GPU, chassis fan 3 connected to GPU, chassis fan 4 connected to GPU. I will stop this video, install GPU Tweak, and show you the results. One other item before installing GPU Tweak that I noticed upon reinstall did not come back. I am on Armory Crate. The device is my ROG Ryujin 3 Extreme cooler, and I am in the hardware monitor triple pane. Previously, I had my first temperature set to CPU, and my second temperature I had set to GPU. GPU is no longer on the list. I don't know what happened. I very much liked having my GPU temperature displayed here, but that has gone away. Okay, this is Fan Expert 4 after installing GPU Tweak. Armory Crate was very slow to start, and I had to hit retry multiple times to get Fan Expert 4 to start. As you note, fan 1 is CPU where it was, fan 2 is now CPU, and fan 3 is CPU where what previously was set to GPU. In previous installation, the option for GPU went away. Let's see what it is now. Okay, this is different than the first installation. The first installation, the GPU option was no longer there. It simply stopped at DRAM, but this installation is different. Let's check chassis fan 3. That says CPU. Okay, GPU is now an option. Again, this is different than the first installation. In the first installation of Armory Crate and then GPU Tweak, the GPU option went away. Let's take a look at the Ryujin 3 Extreme control. As I had stated earlier, in the first install, I did have GPU as an option here in my second temperature. After reinstall of Armory Crate, it was no longer there. And again, it looks like GPU is still no longer an option when I go in Armory Crate to the ROG Ryujin 3 Extreme tab. So that is still missing. This short video is to document the recovery of GPU temperature on the ROG Ryujin 3 Extreme panel here. As I'd mentioned in the other video, I had lost GPU when I do pull down for temperature. As I was looking what may happen, I wondered what would happen if I went to single info instead of triple. To my surprise, when I pull down the bar, GPU and GPU memory now show up. After discovering that, I went back to triple info, temperature CPU. I set this up as second one temperature. I want this one to be GPU, which again is now there. In the other video you will note it's not there. And fan, I'm fine with CPU fan. I hit apply. And everything is working. Excuse the lighting is not working yet with the Corsair RAM. Still another issue I have there. A note on the next video clip, I failed to mention that when I took a break, I did shut down the system, and when I returned, I rebooted. This short video is to document the disappearance of the GPU option in Fan Expert 4. I had previously shown, to my surprise, that GPU had shown up as an option after installing GPU Tweak 3, where it disappeared before. I then, upon discovery that GPU is still there, went into GPU Tweak 3, set up my fan curve that I wanted for my GPU, came back to Armory Crate, Fan Expert 4, checked that my temperature source was still the same, and found it was, and was very happy. I then took a short break, came back, and during that short break, you will notice that Fan 2 is now at CPU. If I go back to Fan 2 here, make sure I have it, and I go down to Source, GPU is now gone. I can't explain the event why it was gone, because after the fan curves, I checked and it was still there, but after I took a short break and came back, it is now gone. A closing video. Another strange incident. I noticed my GPU temperature at idle was at 42.2. Normally with the fan curves I have, it is running about 30. I looked at GPU Tweaker 3. You can see the fans say they are running 30%, but the fans are not running. Suspecting another software conflict type of error, I decided to go over and see if Fan Expert 4 in Armory Crate now was seeing the GPU temperature. If we go down, currently set at chipset CPU, and I had showed in previous videos where it was missing. If I scroll down, GPU temperature is back available again. So it appears when Armory Crate shows GPU temperature in Fan Expert 4, which allows me to control the case fans as a source to the GPU, that GPU Tweak 3 no longer is able to control the fans. One final video sequence. I rebooted the system, and now GPU Tweak 3 is controlling the fans. The GPU temperature is back down as it should for this profile. Now we will start Armory Crate and see if GPU is still available in Fan Expert 4. and it is no longer available. So yes, it appears that there is a conflict between GPU tweak and Fan Expert 4 in Armory Crate. A closing note, none of these changes are made voluntarily by me. They seem to occur upon reboot of the computer or under other circumstances.